Hi everybody, I am going to do a video on more ShadowSense, and I have a little trick I want to try. And then I'm also going to do a LipSense application on mulled wine. This is one of our darkest colors. It's very pretty. This video is not going to do it any justice, but I'm going to use it anyway so you can see it. So to start off, what I want to try is snow, and I'm going to put this all over my eyelid. And it's also going to come way up here into my ungroomed eyebrows. We'll see how this goes. So anyway, this is supposed to help make your colors pop. Put that all over and then blend it in. And I have not cleaned my brushes, so hopefully they're not too bad. I'm going to just blend it. I'm using the big end of this brush, which it's actually, I think, a concealing brush, but it's great for our eyeshadows. So you see I'm taking that all the way up. It's not quite as white as I thought it would be, but it's still very nice. And I'm going to be using a neutral shadow today. I've put down my shadow. Here it goes. And do the other eye. That's a lot of product, but I want it to pop. It's never as easy to do the left eye as it is the right eye. Right now, I look like a ghost. Get that way up in there. This is a trick I learned a long time ago, and I always did it with just a cheap Wet n Wild white pencil, and you color in the whole lid where you want your shadow to really pop. And I would always do it with pink because I love pink eyeshadow. Alright, so I guess this is good enough. And I really want that to dry a little bit before I put any other shadows on, because I don't want them to mix. So this will take a couple of minutes. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to do my LipSense. Always make sure your lips are clean. Wipe off your foundation, whatever you have. And if you're a avid chapstick fan, use some witch hazel to get some of that buildup off. Alright, we're going with mulled wine. I do not have this one in stock right now, but it will be on my next order. Shake it really well, and you shake it horizontally. That's so that it doesn't bust. Alright, layer one. You have to keep your lips apart. Very important. I'm quite the sight right now. I love making faces. Layer 3. Thank you. I'm new to this. Thank you, Eula. I love you. I'm going to show you something and then I'll explain what it is in a minute. Can you see where it's dark? Right there. Not so much that side. Right there. I hope you can see it. Let me put some gloss on and I'll tell you what happened. Very important to let your LipSense dry before you gloss, or else it will get on your wand. See my wand? It's clean. No dark reddish pink lip color. This color has a little bit of a sheer hue to it. And I did this from a distance, so it's slightly crooked. And we do have color Oops Remover, and that will help you fix your lines, which I don't have it with me, but lines aren't that bad right now. And if you're putting it on and you oops, you just wipe it real quick. That'll get it right off. So this dark spot that I showed you, that you can't see now, I was talking before I put my gloss on. What happens is that LipSense will take itself off. So that's why you don't put your lips together or talk while you're putting your LipSense on. You can't really tell now, but because this is sheer, you can still see it a little bit. The one thing I love about LipSense is you can layer different colors. 3 layers, 3 different colors. It's like, what, 27 different shades you can make all your own. So there is mulled wine. And now we'll go back to the eyeshadow. And I'm going to start with Garnet. This is a brown color. I'm going to put just in through here. Neat, neat, neat. I don't know, I'm not so neat sometimes. But the good thing with this is you can blend it really well before it completely sets in. And because I have hooded eyes, I like to come up. Thank you. I love you, Eula. Come up onto my eyelid here because I want to darken that to make it look like I actually have more of a crease than I do. Right now, the sign-ups to become a distributor is $50, and that gets you your training kit. It does not get you any materials like your LipSense. There are several options to do that, and I can go into more details after this. Hopefully you can see that. It's really hard to see on the screen on my phone, and my lighting in my bathroom is not very good. And I'm sweating. That might be a bit much, but we will make it work. And the one thing too, you can go back and add. If you get more on one side than you do on the other, you just go back and add to the other side and you make it work. And if you get way too much, you can always take a lighter color and go over the top to lighten it up. I love you guys. Thank you. This is technically, I think, only my second live video. I've done some other recorded videos, but our upline has recommended just do a live video That way you're not tempted to look at it and watch it and critique yourself before you post it. So if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. It just shows you're human. So that one is a little bit darker. Actually, I like it darker. I know my shirt definitely does not go with mulled wine. Can you see that? You should be able to see the definition there. So there's that. Yeah, LipSense is amazing. I have to say this eyeshadow is pretty darn amazing too. I love it. Let's try some mulberry on the eyelid. This is kind of a pink, almost like a nude pink color. And it is more of a matte. Darker is pretty. Thank you. Okay, so that's the nudish color. This, what is this? Mocha Java Shimmer is beautiful. I have seen lots of distributors use this pretty color. So it's going all over. We just blend it in. I'll even take it up and over a little bit. Take it way up in there, because why not? It's shimmery and it's pretty. And I don't think you can see the shimmer in the video. I'm going to take a little bit of this down here. This stuff's fun. I do have to say that. It is a lot of fun. And it's going to stay. It's not going to crease. Well, unless you have super oily eyelids like me, but it still takes like 10 to 12 hours before you can actually start to see a crease build up on me, and it's hormonal for me. But I tell you what, any other eyeshadow I use, it creases on me within like the first hour. And it's crazy. It makes me so mad. And I'm a perfectionist, so if I mess it up, I'll start over. Hopefully that's even. Looks like it. Alright, what else can I do here? Let's put a little bit on the underside here. Trying to avoid harsh lines underneath because I have bags, and when I put harsh lines underneath my eye, it really brings out my bags. And I need all the hiding help I can get. The foundation I used is, this is the Color Correcting Tinted Moisturizer in Light. We do have it in medium as well. I'm not sure that we have it in dark, but our foundations are, I forget the term. They actually, like, you can use the same foundation and it will adjust to your color, like plus or minus 3 different shades. I like color correcting because I have very red skin naturally, and it helps to hide some of that. So tend to, when I do put foundation on, I look very pale. So then I have to blush. There's just no even boundary there. Okay, what I'm going to do is take Onyx, this is ShadowSense, and I'm going to use it as an eyeliner. And these tubes do come with a wand, has a point on it. It's not going to give you a super precise line, but it makes it very pretty and bold. I was hoping to find a mirror, because I can't do this from afar. My vision just doesn't allow that. Okay, here we go. And I can't pull my eyelid since I'm holding this, so we're just gonna see what we can do without messing it up, like I just did. But if I mess it up, I can still go back over with some brown ShadowSense and kind of fix that. One thing I also like to do is tightline. To tightline, you get underneath the eyelid and put it into your eyelashes at the base. And the reason I do this, because my eyelashes are so fair, and maybe you can see this, you can see the white gap right there versus not. You hide it, and your eyelashes will look fuller and thicker. Now I've hidden it. So there that is. You see the difference between each eye? What I need to do is fix where I goofed. I'm going to have to put some more shadow on, but you probably can't even see it. We just blend it. Now do the other eye. I'm wiping off the excess because I don't want to goober it up. Hopefully you can see me. It's hard to do without blinking. Sorry about that. Okay, now a tight line, sticking it up into the root. You don't want to get your eyeball, just the root of your eyelashes. No, I think that looks good enough. The foundations, I didn't see the rest of your question. I think, I don't have my book with me, but I think they're $50 or $55. And they are meant to last all day. You can swim in them, sweat like I am, and you don't see this stuff coming off on my hand. All you see is sweat. Okay, what was I going to do? I'm going to put something underneath the eye just to make it a little bit darker, but not too dark. We're going to go back to garnet in just a little bit. See the little difference? Just a hair. And all I'm doing is pulling up my ShadowSense and dabbing the wand, which has product on it. And I'm only using just a tiny little bit. Just to give it a little definition. And that's it. And one of these days I'm going to learn how to do eyebrows, because you can use garnet to do your eyebrows. We can do it right now. Why not? I dab just a hair on this. My eyebrows are so light They're almost non-existent. And I hate plucking them because I get terrible ingrown hairs. Wow, you can see that. There's an eyebrow. I have an eyebrow. There it is. Ooh. All right, we'll try the next one. We do make product for your eyebrows. That might be a little much. But this garnet works just as well, and just a little bit is all it's needed for me with these super light eyebrows. Getting them even might be another story. They're not even to begin with. But it's fun learning. I learned a lot of my beauty stuff on YouTube. I never thought I would make videos, but I am. Wow, I'm not used to seeing eyebrows on my face. Looks funny. How does that look? Alright, before I jump off, does anybody have any questions for me? I'm going to do a little bit more gloss. One thing I will tell on myself, I used to chew my lips really, really bad. I used to chew them till they were bloody, and they just looked terrible. They were constantly almost scabby looking. So anyway, I started using LipSense, and now you can't hardly tell. The only way you can see any scars is when I press my lips really tight. You can't see it with anything on, but I have officially stopped. Oh, you're right, I forgot my mascara. Oh, well, no wonder it doesn't look quite right. Thank you, Liz. Alright, so we'll go back to do, hopefully this is all I've forgotten. Mascara, my favorite thing. We have something called Sense, which is a base product that you put on your lashes. And what happens, this kind of forms into a tube. So then when you go to put your LashSense mascara on, it encompasses that whole tube that you just put over your eyelash to protect it. It also makes them longer. I've had a previous product similar to this, and I liked it. Again, this is hard to do from a distance, but I may have to get my mirror. So you're just going to coat your lashes, shake it, not shake it, move it back and forth to coat all your lashes. I need a mirror. Alright, try this again. This will make them thicker. And I have very thin lashes. Well, not just thin, but light colored. You can't even hardly tell they're there half the time. So there's one eye. And I am sweating. And I'm moving it back and forth to make sure I coat each lash. This is the harder eye to do. Long time ago, I had an accident and I got stabbed in the eye with a wire, and I was losing the fluid out of my eye, but they didn't know it. They sent me home to come back to the eye center the next day, and I was pregnant at the time with my daughter. So when I went back in, they were kind of flipping out, and they wanted to do emergency surgery to fix my eye and put stitches in it, but they couldn't knock me out because I was pregnant. So I had to stay awake for that, and it was scary. But fortunately they fixed me up, and I've had a couple of surgeries since. Developed a cataract. Had to have that fixed. Yeah, I blinked too much. Oops. So anyway, my eye is very sensitive and it flinches too much. Now, mascara. Back and forth. And up. And you can build this stuff. So if you want a super bold lash, you do your Undersense, then a coat of your LashSense mascara, let that dry, come back with another coat of Undersense, and then another coat of mascara until you get the look you want. But in all honesty, I think this gives me quite a nice eyelash without doing all that, and it makes them longer. And if you get this on your eyelid after you've done your eyeshadow, hurry up and blot it with a piece of tissue, and then you can go back with your eyeshadow and fix that little spot. Close up. And I apologize for sweating so bad. My bathroom is terrible. Need a little bit more. And I am guilty, and I'm going to admit this. I don't always wash my makeup off, but I'll go to sleep and wake up the next day. Everything's pretty much still in place. I might have to touch up my eyeshadow a little bit where it's been smeared into the pillowcase. Separate some eyelashes, and I'm good to go. And I don't know if I mentioned this, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this kind of stuff. It drives me crazy when I have to keep going over and over, but I do like a highly defined eyelash. I don't like when they're all clumped together. So I will separate them by pulling up, like you just saw. There we go. Good enough for now. I didn't do the underside, but yeah, definitely needed the mascara. Thanks, Liz. Appreciate that. Probably would have walked around all day, didn't even realize it. So I'll do the bottom lash real quick, and then I'll end it. I'm only doing a little bit, again, so I'm not accentuating my bags. I remember as a teenager, I was all about the black eyeliner, lining the complete eye all the way around, waterline, and I learned that makes your eyes look smaller. If you have really large eyes, you can get away with that. Alright, that's it. There's the finished look. Eyeshadow. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me. Thanks for watching. Mwah. Bye.